Okay, thanks for checking in. Hey, I'm doing a video and it's specifically on one of these, okay? Just got it in a day ago, got to flip it around and play with it, and I'm pretty amazed, and I'm gonna give you a little backstory. I don't know where else you could find it besides Direct Tools, and I gotta give you the story behind it, and then we'll go into it a bit more. But if you've ever shopped at Direct Tools, they sell a lot of Ryobi and Rigid and Hoover vacuum systems, I guess, too, but concentrating more on the Ryobi. Now, here's the thing. You're supposed to go there and get good deals, things that are discontinued, items that have been refurbished, or they were blemished, packaging, whatever. You should be getting a good deal, right? Now, the thing is, you do get good deals on some things. Please check your Home Depot at the same time, because I've noticed they're within dollars of each other, and it's easier for you just to go in and just buy it at your local Home Depot. You got it within an hour, okay? Versus $15.95 of shipping. If it's one item or 7 items, it doesn't matter. So when you go to shop there, you want to pick out some items that you think are a pretty good deal, right? Maybe some items you've never seen before, and that's where this guy comes in, okay? It's the Ryobi folding utility knife. I've looked all over Google. I Googled it. I've even Googled images of this thing. I've typed in the actual model number there. Here's the packaging it came in, okay? Made in China. Now, I don't know though, this might have been sold in a different country only exclusively, and they had a whole bunch left and they shipped them over here, and then, you know, so I found this on Direct Tools. It was like $10.95, I believe. So I have some, you know, not just these two Milwaukees, but we've all been through a whole bunch of different utility knives. And up until now, I was like, man, the Milwaukee Fastback, I love it. Then I got this one, and I'm like, okay, this is a little bit different now. So if you're interested, stay tuned. We'll go over the knife here in a second. Okay, I am kind of a Ryobi boy. I don't know if you just want to kind of walk around and take a look at my little workshop here. A lot of yellow, right? Even some back down there, up there, and then even here, and then look at this guy. This thing's over 20 years old, still rocking and rolling. I used it yesterday. The clutch drive, that might have been something new back then. I don't know. Over 20 years, it's gotta be. It's the old blue and yellow. So getting back to this, all right. I normally don't go out and shop for other, I don't know, utility knives, because to be honest with you, this one here is my favorite out of all the Milwaukee Fastbacks. You know, it's got the tools and, you know, additional type of storage in the back, right? So this one I'm gonna set aside. This one is very similar to the one that I'm gonna show you. In fact, it has actually another feature on this one that this one does not. However, I'm pretty impressed with this, okay? It looks like more of a knife than a utility knife, just when you just, I don't know, look at it, okay? And if you're a knife guy, right? Let me give you something that's an example here. The Benchmade bug out, the standard size, you know, it has the characteristics, and you can see definitely it's wider, but as in for, you know, just the shape and, you know, the length, which a lot of your EDC mid-size knives are very similar in the size for especially handle, right? So, but what makes this different is like this one here is made out of metal, all right? This one is this polymer plastic that's very similar to this style of Milwaukee Fastback, and I think they make some others that might not have all the tools and whatnot on it, but it's that kind of plastic, right? And it's, I try to look, I think it's not all one piece, right? But they do a pretty good job of making that all encased there. Okay, the big thing is the pocket clip. Check this out. It came this way, as you can see, but you can reverse, it's reversible, right? So I can get exactly what I normally carry my knives the same way as I can carry this utility knife. Now that wasn't a big deal because, to be honest with you, I carry a knife with me all the time. I don't carry this with me. I've maybe used this pocket clip a couple times, and I might have clipped it into my like tool pouch or something versus my pants. So that's not a biggie, but I thought that that was pretty cool, okay? Now, this one here has a button also. It's different than the Milwaukee Fastback push button system, right? You hit it, boom, right? Okay. This one also, same thing. You know, silky smooth, drops back into play. Now this one is very similar to a Spyderco compression lock, the idea. However, it's flipped around, right? Here, maybe I should do it this way. Right, so it's on the right-hand side, I guess, to deploy it, bring it in, or unlock it. This one is right here. Okay, so instead of a button right by the pivot, it's kind of out of the way, and as you can see, it's in there, right? I don't know if that's more safety or whatever. Now, what's different too is that you can manually open this up without hitting this lock. The Fastbacks you cannot. They're locked in until you hit the button. So is that a perk? I don't know, it's up to you. I'm not worried about this opening up in my pocket. Again, I don't know, with this pocket style clip, I might carry it in my pocket when I am doing some chores around the house versus, you know, using my Spyderco nice knife. Now, the system, this is called the compression lock. So it's the same thought process where it locks into play and unlocks when you just push on this little, it's not even a button, it's just, you know, part of the system, right? This little bar drops. Same thing with this. Now you can turbo it out. It locks in, as you can see, right? Then you just hit the button and it drops. I mean, it still has that same shutty. So guys that like the Spyderco might really like this kind of lock system. Now, one thing that I've noticed too out of your Milwaukee Fastbacks, some of the buttons stick out higher than others. This one is a lower button. I don't know if I can get that in there. Does that bother you? No, not really. So I guess the thought process is let's just, you know, have it where it's not even exposed, where you might have the opportunity of leaning in something and, you know, but they wanted to probably just go with something that's a little different. Okay. So I think a biggie is the pocket clip. And I'm a fan of the wire pocket clip, of course, you know. Geez, I don't know where it is. Oh, my normal everyday is this guy now, right? Compression lock, same theory. Pocket clip. This thing is deep carry. Check that out. So if that's important to you, I mean, that's like the Benchmade, a little bit sticks out, right? This one is basically buried. So, okay. Now, I don't know if you can see this. This actually has bronze washers in it on both sides. Similar, I've already looked into the Milwaukee. But then you can see right there is where the lockup is. So when it's deployed and it's all the way out, this here locks in. Okay. It can't, you hit that, shuts. Now, another thing that's unique, I don't know. Some of you guys like to just, it's like, you know, I tried, it's tough, but you have something that can help you bring up the blade if you're gonna do it manually versus, you know, it's just a flat tube here. See that? Okay. Now, actually, while we're here, this is how you take the blade in and out. Very easy, just a button, and it's like silver, or I should say, sorry, gray, versus on the Fastback, it's totally on the opposite side, which is not a big deal. They actually even put like a guard over it. So, you know, I guess that might be a perk also. Okay. Neither of the two can store an extra blade, at least in this series, right? And the little secret on this one, they don't tell you, but you can right there. Okay. So, I mean, the finish, I don't know if you can see that. It's like, I don't know, bead blasted or something. It actually feels nicer if you're one of those texture guys. Okay. So, and also this might give you a bit more purchase. See, I mean, this one here has kind of a cutout, but you know, we all like finger choils. I'm a super fan of that, right? So this at least gives you kind of that purchase. There's some jimping there, just like the bug out. You know how they give that to you. And then they kind of have that here with, you know, the plastic, but that's part of the metal. And again, like what I'm saying there, you could put your thumb and have a little bit more real estate, I guess, if you're, you know, push it down. So, I mean, this, I think it does, that's it. There's no other tools on this thing. You know, there's not the multi-tool here, but even this, I think they make even one more that doesn't even have, you know, the cable cutter in the back, right? So, I mean, that's a perk. To be honest with you, I've never used that, but I don't know, for you knife guys, I mean, granted, it is bright, okay? It's the Ryobi yellow. But I'm telling you what, you take this camping or anywhere, you know, out on the work site, you're going to see this from a ways. And it's very clean. It's comfortable, right? So, I mean, immediately if you're a knife guy, you know, depending on what you're doing, but you're coming right in, right? Your kind of thumbs up here, maybe do some pinch gripping, whatever. This one, you know, I guess if I pull it out of my pocket, and what I like is with this reversible clip, just like with my Spydercos and other ones, I kind of use it for my pinky to kind of hold whatever I'm flicking out so the whole thing doesn't come out of my hands. So boom, locked in, you know, replace the blade, whatever you want, takes any kind of blades. Doesn't take anything specific. So yeah, give you a better overlook on this guy. And it's so odd because I think this would do good, but I've never seen this at the Home Depot. And then with me buying on Tools Direct, it lets me know, well, this might be something that was discontinued. They got a bunch of them. But then I'm like, well, I don't ever remember seeing this because I would have probably tried it. I'm in the Home Depot maybe once a week, you know? It's odd. And then all the research I did, I couldn't even find it on Google. Model number, whatever. I mean, Ryobi makes a slew of other, you know, not like the Fastback and whatnot, but more of your conventional, you know, utility knives that you pull up, you know, back, and then maybe they have a flipper. I've actually even seen them they're trying to get into the knife game, which I don't know. You know, so yeah, I don't know if you're interested. Please in the description let me know if you know of other places you could buy this, because I did spend over an hour and a half looking all over for videos. Like I said, I think there's one other guy and he did a video for about a minute, and I thought that I would bring a little bit more flavor to it just in case you guys are interested. It's well built. I mean, $10.49 or 50 cents or 95 cents. Yeah, it's more of a knife feel to me versus a utility knife. And some guys I know rather carry a utility knife versus, you know, God, I could never get that down on this guy. You know, a regular knife, right? Same size, a little fatter, easier to get in and out of your pocket. It's smooth, it's not G10. It mimics a regular pocket knife, but yet, you know, you have the utility blades, which is a great idea. I mean, you know, you'll never have the only problem is you got to carry around blades with you, okay? So, but we've already talked, you got to do that with this one also. So, hope this helps you. If you enjoyed it, give it one of these if you don't mind, and have yourself a great day.